Any hidden functionality or tips of things that you see people aren't perhaps making much use of, but that are really powerful? Anything to do with the platform that you think people may not know about that they would benefit from?
I don't think a lot. So I mean, there are always a few. I mean, LinkedIn is changing things up like there's no tomorrow. But I think one thing, and this has been around for a long time, but I think people don't, for groups, for LinkedIn groups, I think people don't know that when you get to a group and you have a group that's a common group with other people, often the people that are in that group are targeted. You're in that group for a reason, and you can actually reach out to them via the group, and you don't have to worry about the connection, going through the connection requests. There's an email there, and I think people don't realize that they can utilize groups for more than just looking at information or even adding to the conversation that's going on in a group, but you can actually access people in the group. And those people are often people that you may want to target and build your network because you're in a similar group, and groups bring people together. And this is an oldie, but it's actually a goodie, right? And I think also, again, getting back to that feed, and I don't think a lot of people know about the bell and ringing the bell. So, and even following tags that are along the same line, these will help you to get more quality content in your feed, and to actually bring up feeds that you may want to engage with. We talked about earlier about helping people. So how do you get those kind of feeds and content in front of you so that you can actually help? That's one way to do it. And so I don't think a lot of people know that. Those are just a couple of things off the top of my head that I tend to, when I'm working with people, that they don't know, even though the group option, that has been around for a long time. So those are just a couple of things, but they've been around, but people still don't know about them.
Mm. I came across one just in the last couple of weeks, and therefore I don't know how long it's been around, but particularly relevant for job seekers, but also for anyone who's trying to be found by other people on LinkedIn. If you go to the section on LinkedIn where you can have LinkedIn build a resume for you from your profile, you're invited to put in the job title that you are most interested in your career. And what's really interesting on the following page that comes up from that is you then get a list of keyword suggestions from LinkedIn of people with that job title really ought to have the following keywords on their profile. So it's basically helping you identify what are some of the keywords you're missing that are perhaps stopping you from showing up in recruiters' searches, or that mean when you apply for a job online, your CV isn't going to look as good a match as someone else's. Yeah. And I tried doing that, for social media specialists, for example, and it came up with some really good keyword suggestions of things that I don't have on my profile. And so, yeah. You may know more than me how long that's been around, Shelly, but I only became last week.
I'm not sure exactly how long it's been around, but it's been around a while. And the other thing that I just wanted to mention, and this is right on the main profile, is the featured section. And I did want to mention that because that is your online portfolio. And so, for anybody who, especially in any of the creative spaces, so creatives have a hard time having something available for their work. And this is featured section is for everybody, but I'm just saying that because sometimes I work with creatives and they wonder where they can put samples of their work, or where they can kind of showcase things that they've been doing. And this is an awesome feature because people can break it up into posts, into pictures, into videos, and basically see it, and it's all stored in one place. But a lot of the profiles that I see miss that featured section completely, or people don't know what to do with it. And this is a great place to showcase your work. And even though it's been around a little while, often profiles will not have it there, and this is a great way to have a visual representation of any of the things that you want to showcase. Mm-hmm.
Really good point. And it's worth also stressing that when you look at a profile on a mobile, you only see the leftmost featured item, and then you have to swipe to get to the others.
Yes.
Whatever you think is, the featured item you would most like people to see, make sure that occupies the leftmost spot on your profile.
Always go back and rework, because it's easy to put things in there, but they may not be the thing that you want to showcase the most. And there are always differences between the, on your cell phone and on your mobile than it is when you're looking at something from a desktop. So you have to be aware of that. And big percentage of people, over 60%, use their cell phone for LinkedIn. So when you're looking at that, you may not be getting everything that you'd like to see. So make sure that very first entry is the one that you want to promote the most.